Imagine you are 18 years old. You are standing in the center of the most famous cricket ground in the world. 30,000 people are screaming your name. Millions more are glued to their televisions across the globe. You are the hero, the golden child, the one they say will change the sport forever. But in your pocket, your phone feels like it's burning a hole through your leg because you know something the crowd doesn't. You know that the next ball isn't a competition, it's a transaction. We watch sports because we are addicted to the unscripted. We love the idea that on any given Sunday, the underdog can win, that a split-second decision can change history. We believe it is the last pure thing left in a world of curated reality. But what if I told you that for some athletes, the script is written long before the whistle blows? They aren't playing against the opposition anymore. They are playing for a shadow in the stands, a ghost who holds their debt, their secrets, and their future. This isn't just a story about greed. If it were just about money, it would be simple. This is a story about survival, about psychological grooming, and about the moment a game stops being a game. Welcome to the invisible economy of spot fixing. Before we go any deeper, a very quick thing. Around 70% of the people watching this video are not subscribed to the channel. If you're finding value in this story, if you appreciate the time, the research, and the effort that goes into telling it properly, hitting the subscribe button genuinely helps more than you think. It's free, it takes 1 second, and it's honestly the least you can do if you want to see more stories like this. It's what keeps this channel going, and it allows me to keep making deeper, more honest content for you. Alright, let's continue. To understand how we got here, we have to look at the business model of corruption. 20 years ago, if you wanted to fix a match, you had to be a mob boss. You had to bribe the goalkeeper to let in a goal, the defender to miss a tackle, and maybe even the referee to look the other way. That is a logistical nightmare. That is 4 or 5 people who can snitch. 4 or 5 people who need a cut of the money. The risk was too high, the margins were too low. But then, technology changed everything. The internet gave birth to in-play betting. Suddenly, you didn't have to bet on who wins or loses. You could bet on everything. Who gets the first yellow card? How many corners in the first 10 minutes? Will the next serve be a fault? This created a new product for the fixers. They didn't need the whole team anymore. They didn't need the result. They just needed one person, one isolated moment. This is called spot fixing. It is surgical, it is invisible, and it is virtually impossible to police. If a striker misses a penalty, is he corrupt or is he just nervous? If a bowler oversteps the line, is he a criminal or is he just tired? Plausible deniability is the shield that protects a multi-billion-dollar black market. And in August 2010, that market found its perfect victim. Muhammad Amir was not your average cricketer, he was a phenomenon. Born in a tiny impoverished village in Pakistan, he grew up bowling with a tennis ball wrapped in tape. He didn't have shoes, he didn't have coaching, but he had a left arm that could deliver a cricket ball at 90 miles per hour with laser precision. By the age of 17, he was the hottest property in the sport. He was lifting his entire family out of poverty. He was the hope of a nation that was desperate for a hero, but talent without guidance is dangerous. And Amir was alone in a world of sharks. He looked up to his captain, Salman Butt. Salman wasn't just a teammate, he was the leader, the big brother, the father figure who guided Amir through airports, press conferences, and hotel lobbies. Amir trusted him implicitly. If Salman said jump, Amir asked, how high? So when Salman introduced him to a man named Mazhar Majid, Amir didn't ask questions. Majid wasn't a coach, he was an agent, a businessman. He drove expensive cars, wore flashy watches, and promised the players the world. You are stars, he would tell them. The cricket board pays you peanuts. You deserve more. I can get you sponsorships. I can get you brand deals. This is how the grooming starts. It's never about fixing at first. It's about friendship. He buys you dinner. He buys you an iPhone. He lends you £2,000 for your sister's wedding. He creates a debt, not a financial debt, but a social one. You feel like you owe him. And once that hook is in, he starts to reel you in. But Mazhar Majid had a secret of his own. He wasn't just talking to cricketers. He was talking to a financier who claimed to represent a massive betting syndicate in India. This financier wanted proof. He wanted to know that Majid actually controlled the players. Show me, the financier said. Tell me exactly what is going to happen before it happens. Majid, eager to impress this wealthy client, laid it all out. He sat in a hotel room in London counting stacks of cash, £150,000 in bundles. And he made a promise. He said, In the upcoming match against England at Lord's, there will be 3 no balls. Specific moments guaranteed. He wrote it down. First over of the match, third ball, no ball. Third over, first ball, no ball.
You know what? The no balls are the easiest, yeah, and then the most clearest. Then there's no risk, there's no signal, and they're definitely happening. There's no signal, nothing. These 3 are definitely happening. Yeah, they've all been organised. Okay, so that's the first.
He was selling these moments like items on a menu. What Majid didn't know was that the financier sitting across from him was not a criminal. He was Mazhar Mahmood, the famous undercover reporter for the News of the World, known as the Fake Sheikh. There were hidden cameras in the lamp, microphones in the table. Every word, every promise, every exchange of cash was being recorded in high definition. The trap was set. Now the players just had to walk into it. August 26, 2010, Lord's Cricket Ground, the home of cricket. The atmosphere was electric, but for Mohammad Amir, the air must have felt heavy. The instruction from his captain and his agent was clear. Bowl a no ball. For those who don't know cricket, a no ball is a technical foul where the bowler's front foot crosses the line. It costs the team 1 run. It's a minor error. It happens all the time. But to make sure the fixers in India didn't miss it, Amir had to make it obvious. He couldn't just step over by an inch. He had to step over by a foot. Imagine the psychology of that moment. You have spent your whole life training to be perfect. Your muscle memory is programmed to never cross that line. Now you have to fight your own body. You have to force an error. Amir ran in. The crowd roared. He leaped. He planted his foot. It landed a massive 2 feet over the line. The umpire called it immediately. No ball. Up in the commentary box, the experts were confused. Former captain Michael Holding said, "I have never seen a professional bowler overstep by that much. That is enormous." They thought it was incompetence. They thought the young kid was losing his rhythm. But on the field, Amir walked back to his mark with his head down. He wasn't looking at the umpire. He wasn't looking at the batsman. He was looking at the ground. He had done his job. He had fulfilled the contract. A few overs later, another bowler, Mohammad Asif, a veteran, a magician with the ball, did the exact same thing. Another massive no ball, exactly when Majid had predicted it. The financier had his proof. The syndicate had their profit. And the game continued with thousands of fans cheering, completely unaware that they were watching a choreographed performance. The match ended on Sunday. On Sunday morning, the News of the World hit the newsstands. The headline was simple, 1 word in giant letters, caught. Below it, a picture of Majid taking the cash and the timestamps of the no balls. The police didn't wait. Scotland Yard detectives raided the team hotel immediately. They found the marked banknotes, the exact bills the reporter had given Majid, in the players' rooms. Some of it was in jacket pockets, some hidden in shoes. The evidence was overwhelming. For the cricketing world, it was a nuclear bomb. Pakistan is a nation that lives and breathes cricket. It is the one thing that unites the country. To see their captain, their veteran star, and their young prodigy handcuffed and led away, it broke the national spirit. People burnt posters of Amir in the streets. They felt betrayed. They didn't see a victim. They saw a traitor. But this is where we need to pause and look closer. In the courtroom, the story of Mohammad Amir began to unravel. His lawyer argued that he was a victim of modern slavery. Here was a boy from a village, uneducated, isolated in a foreign country, being pressured by the 2 most powerful men in his life. Text messages revealed the pressure, the coercion. "Do this for us," they said. "We are a family." Amir pleaded guilty. He didn't fight it. He stood in front of the judge and wept. He was sentenced to 6 months in a young offenders institution. But the prison sentence was the easy part. The real punishment was the ban, 5 years. From age 18 to 23, the prime years of an athlete's life, he was forbidden from touching a cricket ball. He went from the front page of the sports section to a prison cell in Dorset. And he is not the only one. If we zoom out, we see this pattern everywhere. Look at Moses Swaibu, a semi-pro footballer in England. He wasn't famous. He was grinding in the lower leagues, earning £300 a week. A syndicate approached him. They didn't offer millions. They offered him £50,000 to let in 2 goals. That's 10 years of salary for him. When you are struggling to pay rent and someone offers you a briefcase of cash just to play badly for 10 minutes, the moral line gets blurry. Moses took the money. He went to prison. He was banned for life. He later said, "I didn't realize that by taking that money, I was selling my freedom. I was selling my name." So why does this keep happening? Why can't we stop it? The answer lies in the economics of the betting market. Betting companies today are not just bookmakers, they are data companies. They offer liquidity on thousands of matches. You can bet on a third division volleyball game in Ukraine. You can bet on an under 19 tennis match in Brazil. These markets have low liquidity, meaning not much money is usually bet on them. So if a fixer wants to make money, they don't target the World Cup final. Too many cameras, too much scrutiny. They target the shadows. They target the tennis player ranked 300th in the world, who has to pay for his own flights. They target the cricket league that isn't televised. They flood the market with money on a specific outcome, knowing that the integrity algorithms won't catch them until it's too late. The betting companies know this. They call it the cost of doing business. As long as the volume of legitimate bets is high enough, they can absorb the losses from the fixed ones. In a way, the betting industry and the fixing industry are symbiotic. They feed off the same desire, the desire for action. Mohammad Amir eventually returned to cricket. After 5 years in the wilderness, he was allowed to play again. He bowled well, he won championships, but it was never the same. Every time he bowled a wide, the crowd held its breath. Was that on purpose? Every time he checked his run-up, people wondered. He had lost the one thing that an athlete needs more than talent: trust. We call them villains. We call them cheaters. And yes, they made a choice, but the system that broke them is still running. Right now, as you watch this video, there is a young athlete sitting in a hotel room somewhere. Maybe in London, maybe in Mumbai, maybe in Sao Paulo. They are looking at their phone and they are waiting for a text message that will decide their future. The match was decided before kickoff. We just didn't know it.